What's going on? We're back. We're gonna have an extravaganza, and we're gonna have all stars, and they're gonna extravagance. That's not a thing that you could do. It's a thing that. Anyway, Ring of Honor All Star Extravaganza 8. I think it was. It's 8. 8. Yeah, I don't know the Roman numeral things. I think it's 8. Should be 8. Yeah. But anyway, getting into the show, pretty good show. I liked it. They open up with pretty cool All-Star Extravaganza kind of video package. I thought it was kind of cool. Any thoughts on the opening video?
Yeah, I liked it. I think Ring of Honor does a good job with their video packages. They always kind of hit on every single feud, and I like that this one kind of focused on the ladder wars. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't remember because of the like the way we ended up like repeating it or whatever. But I was trying to figure out were they showing All Star Extravaganza from last year, or was that just part of the kind of the video or whatever? I couldn't tell because I know we saw like the end of the last ladder war with Adam Cole and Jay Lethal. I mean not Jay Lethal, but Jay Briscoe. So I was wondering if that was like supposed to be like part of the event, or if that was just something that they were playing before.
I don't know if that was supposed to be because it was weird. I don't know if this is how Ring of Honor just does their pay-per-views, but all the other pay-per-views that I've ever ordered like online, you're able to like start from the beginning, but they didn't let us start from the beginning, so we were all confused as to what was going on because we ordered it late because somebody didn't get back from church till like 10.
I can't rush church. It's just something I can't do. Not necessarily in my control, Casey.
I think it is. I think you'd be like, hey, listen, I need to watch wrestling, and we need to hurry this
I
up.
don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works. I don't.
I mean, you had the control. You had control of the soundboard. You could have just turned everybody's mic off and been like, "Oh well, we done."
I don't think that would have worked either.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if that was it was weird, but getting into the show, we opened up or we started the show with the World Television Championship match, Donovan Dijak versus Bobby Fish. Well, I mean, when we started with like the match. But anyway, we're gonna go as the show went, not as we kind of came in on it and then had to rewatch from the beginning. But anyway, I loved this match. I really did. I loved Bobby Fish kind of talking trash throughout the match. Yeah, he was very, very vocal, which I kind of liked. Which is part of why I like Ring of Honor. They're in smaller venues, so you can hear them like talking trash to each other and like a lot more. Much better match for Donovan Dijak than I expected. I think part of it was because he was in his hometown, which wasn't really his hometown, but it was close enough, so they called it his hometown. Which was kind of cool. Fish does win and retain via referee stoppage, which was actually just knockout, technically. But thoughts on the opening television title match?
Yeah, it caught me off guard that they were doing the television championship match as the first match. I don't know what it was. It was just kind of weird. According to Wikipedia, they had a dark match, I guess, or I guess they have a pre-show too. They had like a pre-show match, which was Silas Young versus Evil versus Will Ferrara, which is really the match that I kind of thought that would start the show, would be the type of match to start the show. Obviously, Silas Young, king of the pay-per-view. I expected him to start the show, but I just thought it was weird that we had a TV championship match to start the show. But it was definitely a good match. I've always been impressed by Donovan Dijak. I don't know why. I've just always liked him. He caught my eye during the what was it, Top Prospect tournament, I think is what he won to get the original television title shot. I don't think he even cashed that in, if I'm not mistaken. I think he just kind of held on to it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I don't think he cashed it in because Jay Lethal was the champion at the time or something like that.
Yeah, because he like originally he like in right away joined the House of Truth.
Yeah, so instead of cashing it in, yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, I mean, I've always been impressed with Donovan Dijak. I think it's amazing how like athletic their big men are. And I think it's just which we'd see a little bit later. My goodness, but I think I think we kind of see. I think they just have a little more freedom to do do what they can do. Because I mean, I think it's possible for guys like Dijak and guys like that to fly around like that. But I guess to a certain degree in the mainstream, it's not as believable. So it's kind of hard for them to hard for like WWE and TNA to have the same type of hybrid type guys. Um, but I mean, I definitely enjoyed the match. I thought the match was really good. I love the reversal into the Feast Your Eyes that Dijak did. I was like, wow, okay, okay. I just enjoyed the match overall. Just thought it was a really good match. But Bobby Fish retained, which actually kind of surprised me. I don't know, for some reason I felt like Dijak was going to win. But I don't know if Dijak's been the same with Prince Nana as he was in the House of Truth, because he was pretty dominant in the House of Truth. But I don't know if he's been the same guy with Prince Nana. I know he has. I know I didn't see the actual breakup, but I haven't seen him much since then. But still, he doesn't feel the same. Still feels like he's good, but he doesn't feel the same with Prince Nana for some reason.
It feels like they tried to like switch him from the House of Truth to Prince Nana to kind of have him be more independent with Prince Nana, but it feels like he feels like he's taken a step back, and he feels more quiet and more kind of reserved than he did in in the House of Truth. So I don't know what they're planning on doing with him, but it was definitely a good match though. I liked it. Our next match was the number one contender survival tag match, which kind of confused me because when I think of survival tag matches, I think of elimination tag. Elimination. This was, I don't know. It was just weird to me. But we had the All Night Express versus Lee and Taylor versus War Machine versus Colt Cabana and Dalton Castle. The cabinet is going to begin to kneel during the code of honor in peaceful protest. They got a letter from Congress or whatever that they said, and it's legit apparently. I don't know. But yeah, I like this match. I kind of want to see just tag team matches with Lee and Taylor versus War Machine, because when we did get to see them kind of face off, I definitely got excited. I was hyped. We saw some amazing dives from I don't remember which one it was. One at Lee or Taylor. I don't know.
I think it was Lee.
Oh man, that man. He come on, Usos. Come on. Step up the game. Come on now. This man jumped over the top rope. Didn't like use his hand over the top rope. He just dove over the top. But anyway, your winners were Castle and Cabana, which kind of surprised me. I didn't see them coming out of this as winners. I didn't see War Machine or Keith or Lee winning either, just because I feel like they were gonna build up their feud somehow. Like either I expected one of them to screw the other one out of a title shot or something, and kind of continue that feud. But Cabana and Dalton Castle win, which is definitely intriguing to me. I think they're definitely an interesting tag team together. I'd love to see them win the titles. I think that would be cool. Thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I just thought it was, I was kind of disappointed that Lee and Taylor didn't face off against War Machine by themselves too. Because that was what I was looking forward to, because I know they kind of built that up so much that I was like, well, why are we not going to see this? But definitely a good match. I like the peaceful protest. I think it comes at a good time too. I just think it's hilarious. And it reminds you that Ring of Honor definitely is different than WWE in certain ways, because like WWE would do this like 3 years from now, and expect us to like laugh at it. So like I just feel like it, like they just did a really good job with the times. I just thought it was funny. Um, it was interesting seeing Cole Cabana and Dalton Castle together, but I think it helped that they're so charismatic. They feed off each other very well. The double strut was funny. That was hilarious. Um, the dive by Lee was ridiculous. Like, I was like, what, how did he, like, I was watching it and I was like, how did he do that? Like, explain to me how this man just did what he did. Cause like, I think they were very generous on the weight, cause I think they're 800 pounds combined. They got, like, have you seen these men? They gotta be 800 pounds combined. And like they said they were like 500 pounds combined, and it was funny because I think it was Karina who said something about it last night on the commentary. But it was just like, it's crazy how athletic they are. And I think there's a lot of big men who are like athletic like this. I just think they don't get a chance to showcase it all the time. But because like, especially in mainstream, they're always a typical big guy. Ooh, there was a typical, like, I'm a big guy, I can do power moves, yay. And I just think, especially with WWE, they should take advantage of that a little bit more than they really do. But definitely a good match. I was surprised that Cole Cabana and Dalton Castle won. I kind of expected the All Night Express to win, kind of for the same reason you did, whereas I expected Lee and Taylor and the War Machine to kind of veer off a little bit and then leave it open for All Night Express. But I think Cabana and Castle are a good team. C Squared are a good team to kind of lose to the eventual champions of the night, the Young Bucks, because they're gonna lose. Because there's no way the Young Bucks are gonna hold these titles for what was like 1 month. There's no way. Like I don't know. Like you can look at me funny all you want to, but there's no way the Young Bucks are gonna lose these titles after 1 month of holding them. Now, if the Addiction would have won the eventual Ladder Wars match, then I would have probably said there was a more of a chance. But there's no chance Castle and Cabana's going to win. The Young Bucks just got the title. You think they're going to relinquish them this quickly? Heck no. There's going to be super kicks everywhere in that match whenever it comes. But definitely a good match. I just think this match, I think it makes more sense for Cabana and Castle to lose against the Young Bucks than it would for any of these other teams. I think they're building the All Night Express more, they're building Lee and Taylor more, and they're building War Machine more, in my opinion.
See what's going to happen. Cole Cabana and Dalton Castle are going to win. And then they're going to lose it to Motor City Machine Guns, who should have won.
Oh, didn't they lose last night? Didn't they lose? I'm just wondering. Didn't they lose though?
We're gonna move on to Itachi versus Dragon Lee, which was a CMLL rematch. I guess they announced a lot that we're gonna be seeing a lot more stars from CMLL and New Japan in Ring of Honor, because they have deals with them, which WWE should do with other companies. I'm just saying. But they won't because they're
won't. The end all be all guys. They can't.
Yeah. But I love this match. There was actually, storyline behind it that we understood, even though this is the first time we're seeing them, because we don't get CMLL, unfortunately. We don't get to see those matches and stuff. But they explained what was going on. They explained, the mask versus mask match that they had. We understand this a lot more than other matches on this card. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But I really like this match. It was a very exciting match. I'm definitely a Dragon Lee fan now. This
switched your allegiances, didn't you?
this
Because I recall on the predictions, you said that Kawatachi would win because you didn't know who Dragon Lee was, and I said I know who Dragon Lee is, but he's gonna be pretty good, and he's pretty good.
It's because I thought he was going to use some heel tactics and cheat to win, but he couldn't. He couldn't cheat over the amazing Dragon Lee, who I'm pretty sure is just a white guy in a mask. And they're saying that he speaks Spanish, but he probably doesn't at all. I'm just saying he looked pretty white. He looked pretty white. I'm
just paler than most.
Yeah,
just paler.
Yeah, sure. That man's a white man. He ain't even ever been to Mexico. They just tape it. They tape the matches in like Texas, and they say it's Mexico. That man ain't never been to Mexico. I'm just saying.
They tape it in New Mexico and act like it's Mexico.
Yeah, that's what that is. Thoughts on Kawatachi versus Dragon Lee?
It was a
he probably amazing. A real dragon.
That's true. I mean, he's not the American Dragon, but you know, he is Dragon Lee. And I don't know. I just really enjoyed this match. I just thought it was a good match.
Is he a Dragon?
You know, maybe. But I don't know. I just enjoyed the match. Watching Dragon Lee for the first time was cool. I think it was amazing to see the fans still get behind it, even though they didn't really know Dragon Lee. And I think once again, it's one of those problems that kind of the mainstream wrestling community gets into, is where the fans aren't into every match like they are with like Ring of Honor, for example. Because like, I mean, let's be honest. If I mean, you know who Kawatachi is if you watch Ring of Honor, but let's just say you haven't watched Ring of Honor in a while, like me. Or let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this is your first Ring of Honor pay-per-view, and you don't know Kawatachi, but you also don't know Dragon Lee. Just the fans' involvement got you into this match. You know, just the fans being excited for certain things. You know, kind of got you into this match. And I just enjoyed it. I thought Dragon Lee was impressive. But I've seen Kawatachi a nice little bit from watching Ring of Honor, so I was excited about that. I did expect him to kind of use heel tactics because he's aligned with the addiction, but you know, he did, I guess, later technically. But you know, I did. I enjoyed the match though. I just thought it was Dragon Lee. He's that man. He's pretty good.
He
hit that freaking Hurricane Rana that we saw in the CWC, which was pretty cool. The jump all the way over the ropes Hurricane Rana. I don't know what the official name of it is called, but that best described.
That's exactly what it's called. The jump over the ropes Hurricane Rana. Yeah. But yeah, he's on the list. He's on the boy list. Yeah, that's he made it. At least on my list. Obviously, he made it on DJ's list because, you know, unless you're Triple H or Michael Tarver, you know, you make the list. You do. Moving on, we got Kyle O'Reilly versus Discount Adam Cole, because he's Adam Page, but they trying to. That's what it is. You can't have more than one Adam in the Bullet Club, so they name him Hangman Page. They give him a horrible gimmick where he just carry a noose around his neck and he sucks. That's not his gimmick. That's just him. The suck part, because he sucks. But Kyle, my boy Kyle, he made Page look like a punk. Just it was so good. You know, Page he failed Adam Cole and Bullet Club, and Kyle O'Reilly will continue on and soon become the world champion. Except for, you know, he got attacked after the match.
Yeah, he did. It was all a setup by my boy Hangman Page. I'm getting behind it. I'm getting behind Hangman.
Winner via submission, Kyle O'Reilly.
But who really won? Who was the last man standing? Who was the last man standing, Casey? It was Hangman Page with the noose and all that. And I don't think we should ever say noose around his neck ever again, because like that could get misconstrued and stuff, and we don't want Ring of Honor to look like that.
But Kyle O'Reilly was still standing.
Technically, he was on the ground writhing in pain because he had to have his partner Bobby Fish, the real TV champion, out there. Because Kyle O'Reilly, he needs some support, but he can't win a singles title. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that later. But Hangman Page was so good in this match. He was so good. Like I think he deserved to win this match, but he had a plan. He had a motive. You know, he had a plan already set up. He said, you know what? He's gonna hit that armbar because I know how Kyle O'Reilly is. He's gonna hit that armbar, and I must tap immediately. Because if I don't, you know, I gotta get out there and I gotta get that. You know, I gotta attack him. You know, I believe that Hangman Page is greater than Kyle O'Reilly. I just think he is. I think it. You know, I think he deserves a world title match. I think he does. I think he deserves it. I think he earned it tonight or last night, but still.
Okay. You know, maybe when he develops some talent, he might. And you know, but anyway, we're moving on. Silas Young had an interview. I didn't really write any notes on the interview. Any thoughts on the interview with Silas Young where he had said words and stuff?
Not really. I do like Silas Young though. He should have been on the pay-per-view, darn it. Mr. Pay-per-view. He only shows up during pay-per-view. So I mean he should have been on the main card. I should have been able to see him. They could have replaced. They could have added a match.
All right. We got the inaugural Ring of Honor 6-man Tag Team Championship Tournament Round 1 match. That's a lot to say. We got the Briscoes and Toru Yano versus ACH, Kushida, and Jay White. I was so thrown off with this match. Not the match itself. The match itself was awesome. I thought it was an awesome match. You know, I have no idea who could have booked a 6-man tag team tournament. Who would ever have that idea? No, it wasn't. But I love ACH, Kushida, and Jay White. I just honestly did not see them winning this. It didn't feel like they were gonna win this. It felt like the Briscoes and Toru Yano would advance. So I was just really surprised that that they had Jay White, ACH, and I'm sorry, Super ACH and Kushida go on. Just because I like I said, I love them, but it feels like they were just kind of thrown together as a tag team. You know, we've seen more teaming with the Briscoes and Toru Yano in the past, so it kind of they feel more like a team in a way, not just thrown together. But I'm definitely excited for this whole tournament. Obviously, you know, we're getting a new title, a new 6-man tag title in Ring of Honor, which is always a good thing. You know, I'm excited to see who's going to be the inaugural champions. I like that they're doing a tournament. You know, we've said a lot in the recent past that tournaments are usually a good thing. It gets guys that don't necessarily get a lot of TV time a chance to show what they can do, which isn't necessarily an issue with companies like Ring of Honor. It's more of an issue with like WWE, TNA, where, you know, there's so many guys that they don't all necessarily get TV time. But we all love any sort of tournament that we can get in professional wrestling. But thoughts on the 6-man?
Yeah, I was also surprised that the Briscoes and Yano lost. I just was. I was like, I think we both came into it thinking, obviously, it's the Briscoes, man. It's the Briscoes. Mark and Jay look so similar now with the same like haircut, which kind of throws me off every once in a while because I can't see like Mark from the back and be like, it's Mark. because it could be Jay. It's just like, they look so similar. But definitely, I enjoyed this match too. I freaking love ACH. His dive is one of the greatest things I've seen in my life. Just he gets so high on it, and it's just like, bruh. But definitely, definitely a good match. It threw me off because I was expecting, because this was actually the last match before we had stopped, because of the way we watched the show. But it actually threw me off because I thought the Kingdom was supposed to re-emerge tonight for some reason. I don't know why I thought that Matt Taven said the Kingdom was supposed to kind of re-emerge or whatever. I might look it up and see when he said that, but or when did he say it? It might have been Final Battle, but I can't remember. But anyway, I don't think it'll be Final Battle either because we still got a couple more months till Final Battle. So I don't. It's got to be before then. What's the next pay per view? Do you know? 'Cause I don't.
I think the next
Glory by Honor is the next pay per view. Glory by Honor should be the next pay per view. But yeah, because Final Battle is in December, so we got a little bit till then. But definitely a good match. Was surprised that the Briscoes and Yano didn't win, but I think it provides a little more like high flying excitement for ACH, Kushida, and Jay White to win, even though I miss Leo Rush.
Well, I mean, he in Europe. That's yeah. He's in Europe.
He was robbed of his opportunity. He was robbed.
He's totally not injured. He's just in Europe. That's what happened. Yeah, totally not injured at all. But anyway, we got moving on. We got Naito versus Jay Lethal, the match that we don't understand. But it was a pretty good match. I just still don't understand what's going on. Why? What? Thoughts on this match? Because this is one of the matches I didn't write notes on because this is the one that we started with.
Yeah, I definitely. I thought it was a good match. I just wish we kind of understood the feud a little more than we did. I think Evil got involved in this match, didn't he? I mean, he was out there, so I'm pretty sure he did get involved in this match. But it was just a good match. It was very back and forth as Ring of Honor matches tend to be, and I just I was I don't know if I was surprised or if I wasn't surprised that Jay Lethal won, because I don't know how far they're taking this feud. Either like I don't know if Jay Lethal is gonna try to feud with someone else next or what's gonna happen. So Jay Lethal did get the win via lethal injection, but still, I definitely thought it was a good match.
Yeah. So next we have the Ring of Honor World Title match. Adam Cole versus Michael Elgin. I thought this was a really good match too. I liked Adam Cole kind of working on the sort of already injured knee of Michael Elgin, kind of chopping down the tree, as they say, because that man has some thick legs. He is just thick. That man is huge. But I definitely liked it. I like any match where we get to see Adam Cole or Big Mike. I didn't expect Big Mike to win just because he hasn't. It doesn't feel like he's really been pushed that much in Ring of Honor right now. It feels like more of his focus right now is in Japan, because he's finally made it to Japan. He's been wrestling in New Japan for a while now, and it feels like that's more of his focus, which is a good thing. I think he's had some really good matches in Japan so far that I've seen, and I feel like his style with his hard hitting sort of strong style, I guess you could say, kind of lends itself a little bit more in Japan, which is I'm definitely excited to see what he has to offer more over there. But Adam Cole does retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. which is always a good thing. He hasn't had it for too long, so I wouldn't have expected him to to lose either way. It would have been kind of weird. But thoughts on the world title match?
There was no way that Michael Elgin can win this title because he had the title for a cup of coffee and then left to Japan. Sorry, that's what he said in the promo. So, but I enjoyed this match though. I did. I love the Adam Cole promo with the cup of coffee. I don't know. I just really like that line. But I just enjoyed this. I enjoyed this feud to a certain degree. But I also enjoyed I knew it was going to be a good match because Michael Elgin is a freaking athletic specimen of like no other. That man is ridiculously athletic. I don't get it. I really don't. But like by the looks of him, he shouldn't be, but he just is. And I'm kind of excited to see what he's gonna do in Japan. I don't know if I probably won't see it till like 6 months from now because of the Access TV New Japan thing. But I might have to like look it up or something and try to find some New Japan stuff from Elgin. But I just enjoy the match. I just think these two work together so well. They've worked together before, obviously. This is where Adam Cole lost the title, was to Michael Elgin. So definitely it kind of made you think in the back of your head, it could happen. It could happen. It won't, but it could happen. But I just didn't. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was good. I think Adam, both men, like the reversals that they're allowed to do in Ring of Honor is just like amazing, and how they pull them off is always a sight to see. But of course, Adam Cole, baby, is still your Ring of Honor World Champion, and I knew it. I knew it from the very beginning that he would be still your Ring of Honor champion. It's true.
It's a tragedy. It's just should be Kyle O'Reilly. Should have been Kyle O'Reilly all along.
Kyle O'Reilly will never compete for the Ring of Honor World Champion as long as Adam Cole has it. I think it's what he said. He said something like that.
Well, yeah, Adam Cole's going to lose it, though. And then he won't have it. And Kyle will have it because Kyle deserves it. Because Kyle will just put you into an armbar. Yeah. I love me some Kyle.
He just better.
Not at all. So, moving on, we got an awesome Ladder Wars video package. Definitely got you pumped for Ladder War 6. I like how they really, really build up Ladder War as this really dangerous, every time they have a Ladder War, they say it's the last time, and then the wrestlers get to a point, and it's like, I wish WWE would build up their ladder matches like this. Obviously, we don't get as extreme ladder matches in WWE anymore. When we do, I mean, we kind of do. The ladders don't break because they're stronger.
Yeah.
But
I think too though, like does WWE have too many to do it? Because like Ring of Honor had what, six in their entire existence from 2000, what, I think it's 2002 when they came along, 2002. I mean, that's a long time to only have 6 ladder matches, so I get it. I feel like Ring of Honor is they're like the pure wrestling company to a certain degree. Like, they don't have a lot of no DQ matches, it doesn't feel like, but they still keep you interested. So I think I think it makes these matches feel that much more important or more even dangerous because they don't have them as much.
Yeah. But definitely liked it. Got me excited. So we have Ladder War 6 for the World Tag Team titles. We had the Motor City Machine Gun.
Of the world, you missed a point.
Sorry. The World Tag Team Championships of the world.
He gets it.
Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks versus the Addiction. I'm going to give this match to DJ first because,
This match was amazing. It just was. Um, the, like even in a ladder match, there's a lot of storytelling to be had. Like I know, like ladder matches are meant to be gruesome and blood, and like near death experiences and whatnot. But really, there was a lot of storytelling with this. Especially when Daniel started bleeding, even when Kazarian started bleeding. I think like there's something about having like just blood just pouring down your face and still trying to go get your titles back. Because like Christopher Daniels was standing up like doing his war cry, I guess is what you could call it, and he just had blood all over his face, just running down. And there was just like something about that image. And obviously, Kazarian, he was bleeding from the face and from the back more than anything. But it seemed like to me the champions got the worst of it, or the champions at the time got the worst of it. And I'm over here, come on, Kazarian, go for the titles, and they gonna sit over there and do extra moves, like the what was it? I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but freaking they just pendulum ladders everywhere, so bad things are gonna happen. And then they had the freaking barricades set up in like a like a stack position where you could put someone through them. God, there was just so much going on. The one moment that I remember more than anything is when freaking I can't remember which young buck it was. I think it might have been Nick. But he was on top of the ladder, and they picked up the ladder with him still on top of it, moved it over, and then turned it over, and he fell through a table, and it was just ridiculous. It was just a ridiculous match. It's kind of a match you have to see to really like explain how it was. It's like I feel like their ladder wars remind me a lot of the ladder matches we got in 2000 with the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian, just because of like the lengths they go. Because obviously they don't have them as much, so it's a lot easier for them to do these crazy spots, and it not even be like predictable or anything. It just kind of just happened. But this was just an amazing match. We got our fair share of super kicks. We got our fair share of super kicks, and the Young Bucks, they dethroned my champs. They dethroned my world champions of the world. But just a good match nonetheless. I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna do with the addiction now. They're not the champions anymore. It's sad. But I'm kind of curious now. But it was ridiculous match, just ridiculous. So much stuff going on. But they were able to like there was so much stuff going on, but there wasn't like more than one thing going on at one time in a weird way. Um, but it was just a good match. The Young Bucks are your new world champions of the world, and I was actually surprised the Young Bucks won. I expected the Motor City Machine Guns to win if anyone knew was gonna win. I expected the Machine Guns to win just because, like you said, they hadn't had the Ring of Honor tag team titles to my knowledge. So I was just surprised that the Young Bucks won because I know we talked about how the Young Bucks don't really need it. And I mean, not that anyone's mad that the Young Bucks won, but still, and I think that's amazing about Ring of Honor too. Like, it doesn't matter who wins, you're still like at least happy, at least decently like decent about it. Like, you're cordial about it. When Jay Lethal loses, he lost to Adam Cole, so it's like, so like I like that too about Ring of Honor. But any thoughts on the ladder war? Sace?
Yeah, the only thing I'm a little bit upset about is that the Motor City Machine Guns didn't win the tag team titles, just because they are one of my favorite tag teams of all time. But it was weird because there was a point there, like later on in the match, where they just kind of disappeared. Like, they were just dead on the outside, and it turned into just the Young Bucks and the Addiction. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But so much respect for Christopher Daniels at his age right now. I think he's like, what, 40 something. That
41,
man, I thought they said like 43 or something like that. He's up there, but it felt like he was the one that took the most like damage in this match. Like between him bleeding, the backdrop over the ladder onto the other ladder, the power bomb. I think it was a power bomb onto the barricade. I think he went through a table too. This man just, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. But absolutely phenomenal match. Kind of like DJ said, it's hard to really explain all of the spots that happened. You kind of have to watch it. But I think one of the things I love about more so about Ring of Honor matches is, yeah, you'll watch a WWE match and you're like, oh, those are really high quality ladders and they look good. But I think that's part of the issue with it is like, unless you do like a super high dive onto the ladders, they don't break in WWE really. But like the ones in Ring of Honor break all the time, and it makes it feel that much more kind of intense.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, they broke the ladder. Like,
I'll tell you one thing that's also really amazing on Ring of Honor's standpoint or YouTube standpoint. Somebody's doing a good job. If you look for a Ladder Wars match, you won't find it. You you'll find the highlights, but you won't find the whole match. Because I've looked freaking far and wide for that. What was it? The Sami Zayn, or I guess El Generico, Kevin Steen one. I've looked everywhere for that freaking match and I can't find it. So like they do a really good job with that. Like they keep it away from anyone who didn't pay for it. Dang on it.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find it for you. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna find it, and then they're gonna take it down right before you watch it.
Probably. Like Will Ospreay Ricochet.
That match was up there. It was up there,
but then they did take it down. Dang on it. So, and then I found it.
And it was an amazing match. It's phenomenal. But anyway, that was your Ring of Honor All-Star Extravaganza 2016, or All-Star Extravaganza 8 or 2016 or whatever you want to call it, review. Awesome match, or awesome show, awesome matches, just top to bottom. I don't think there was a bad match in this whole show, which is impressive for any company, and Ring of Honor does it all the time. But we will be back for I think we have a couple of videos, couple extra videos planned for this week or recent or soon to come. We might be actually starting retro reviews. I think what we're gonna do is for each retro review, we're both gonna pick one of our favorites. Like for example, for No Mercy, I'm gonna pick one of my favorite No Mercy shows. We're gonna review that. DJ is gonna pick one of his favorites. We're gonna review that. We'll do the same for Hell in a Cell. So we can kind of start getting a little bit more content out there too, and actually do retro reviews, because we do like. I think we do like doing retro reviews. They're always fun to go back and watch.
There's not 3 million of them.
Yeah, yeah. That's not fun. That even 16 of them isn't fun. No. But anyway, we're gonna be doing that. Obviously, I was gonna say we get the 6-pack, but we're changing the 6-packs to Saturdays now until Amy is out of the police academy, so she can join us. Obviously, you got TNA, NXT coming up, all that fun stuff. But we will, and Bound for Glory, if TNA is still a company by tomorrow. We don't know. It's possible. They could sell it tonight, and no BFG. No BFG. But we're definitely excited for that. Follow us on Twitter, ICW_podcast. and we will see you on the dippity of the flippities of the world and Florida.